Hey there. So, just a little bluesy thing here. That's what I got for you this week. I've never written a blues song, as far as I know. I still haven't, but I've been hearing it in my head, so I needed to write it. Back when I was taking lessons too, I used to, we would talk about the blues. I said I wanted to learn some of that, so we went over some stuff, and we talked about 8-bar blues and 12-bar blues, and we practiced stuff together. But yeah, at this point, I can't remember it, but it's got to be in there somewhere. Um, you know, the more you learn, the more it's part of you, even if it's not um, intricately at your fingertips. But I love the blues. I go to blues concerts, follow several blues artists, local guys, and some folks that are nationals. I go to the blues festivals and really enjoy this stuff. So I had an idea that it would one day come out in a song. So today it did come bursting forth. Anyway, I'm a folk singer. My name is Rob Edenbow. I write my own songs, so I guess you can say that makes me a singer-songwriter. Not new to the field, but I do have a long way to go. That's what I'm doing with these videos, my songwriter's journal. So I really appreciate you being here. It really helps to have someone to talk to and to, bounce my ideas out there, and know that people are listening and seeing what I do, and that means something to me. So anyway, if you haven't already done so, please hit subscribe so you can follow me. Like I say, it means so much to me to have some folks that kind of paying attention and hopefully enjoying what I'm doing. Please like the video as well. Since the last time we got together, been keeping busy. Did my first gig where I played in front of real live people that were paying to be there. Heretofore I've done open mic nights, and I've done volunteer gigs at the nursing home where I work at. An open mic night, you play anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. At the gigs I do privately at the nursing home, they last an hour, maybe a little longer. This thing was a 3-hour set, so it was a big deal for me, and it was in a winery, so it was a public venue. And not that they were paying to come see me per se. I was just the hired entertainment, but that's where you start out. You get into these kind of things, and you hopefully get a little traction. So hoping to get moving forward with doing more gigs here in the future. The experience went well. I was nervous as hell. I thought I was going to be screwing up, and I was going to have people annoyed with me that I was ruining their night. I play, in my wood shop here, and I tank songs all the time, screw them up, forget words, botch the whole thing, have to stop and restart. I just thought it was going to be a mess when I got out there. But I practiced my ass off, and I delivered the goods. Long story short, I got there, I stayed on task, I was on assignment. It was get there, load in, set up, sound check, go. Boom. And everything was on point. How I was dressed, the words, the banter, the movements, whether I'm going left, right, or sitting down, standing up, alternating songs in that were different, whether it was finger picking or strumming, loud, soft. Is it a popular one that would be a sing-along, or is it something that's a little more, what do they call that, deep cut sort of thing? But the set list, the order of the songs, I stayed right on that, and like I say, I had good comments from a lot of the folks. I had some folks that were saying that I should turn up the volume, which was not an option. The venue wanted quiet music, and there were some folks that wanted me to go out on the patio. I was kind of planning to an empty room. Most people were over to my right out on the patio, and there was probably 24 of them out there. So a lot of them said, come on out here with us. And again, not an option. The venue wanted me here, facing this direction. That's how they set things up. That's their way. They're the ones that hired me, so, I do what they want. But in the end, folks complimented what I was doing. They were recognizing everything. It was all cover songs. 3 hours of cover songs. The venue told me I could do an original if I wanted, so I did one. I picked the one that has gotten the most positive feedback at open mic nights that I've been out at, and it went well. Like I say, I kind of fall into the trap of comparing myself to others because I go to open mic nights, right? So there's all these other people who most of them get their own gigs and they play out and are well known in the area. And they get together for the open mic nights and they kind of jam together. I don't really have jam skills, so I can't play lead guitar or anything like that, or even follow along with songs I don't know. It's not a skill that I've been able to develop. So I usually just do my own thing by myself. So I do feel somewhat less qualified than these other folks. But a lot of these guys, too, they've been doing it, for 20, 30 years. They've been doing this since they were kids. And the skills are amazing. There's just a lot of phenomenal talent in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And, when I watch these guys do their thing, it's, the open mic nights, it leads me to feel a little bit unworthy. But since I did my own gig and I saw how that went, since then I've been seeing performers a little differently. I'm seeing them do a lot of the stuff that I would do in my wood shop on stage, and it doesn't bother. I'm entertained by them because I'm so in awe of their skill. I know what they can do when they really get it together. But the overall performance when they have their gigs, a lot of them aren't doing any banter, not talking to the audience hardly at all, if ever. Some of them have some pretty good banter developed, but you're seeing folks that start a song and stop, like, oh, I forgot the lyrics, or what key was that in? What chord? Oh, it was this weird chord. Yeah, I forgot that. But for some of these folks, that's perfectly natural, and it's something that I've always overlooked in the past as an audience member, just enjoying the show. So starting to catch some of the mistakes that people make. Not that I'm looking to knock anyone down, but just in terms of seeing things in perspective. I'm not that far off course. I don't have the high-end technical skills. I'm not going to come out there and be Mr. Super Guitar Player or have the super phenomenal voice. But what I have is pretty good. It's pretty well developed, and it's solid. So even though I don't have the high highs that some of these guys have, I'm not having the low lows either. Like I said, I didn't have to tank a song, stop it, start over, abandon it because it was just so terrible. I'm somewhere in the middle there, but it's a consistent performance, so I'm satisfied with that for now. I want to get some more of those highs. I want to get there, but it's a work in progress, not all at once, and I've only got one gig now. So yeah, I guess long story short, now is the time I need to start sending out those cold emails and getting out there and visiting venues and introducing myself. And I know it's a long, hard process. It don't come easy, but that's the only way you get there. You got to ask and get told no a lot, I guess. Okay, so the song. What did I write this week? I don't have a name for it. I didn't have a name for it until today as I was coming to, do the script to do a video. I finally said, I really got to come up with something. So I'm going to name it after the first line of the song. First line of the song goes, "You can't light cigarettes in a lightning storm." Kind of a wordy, long title. There's some classic long titles out there that have led to some great songs. U2's I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. The Everly Brothers, Send Me the Pillow That You Dream On. You know, I don't know how they came up with their titles, but I know that for me, it was just the first line of the song, and I didn't have a title, so I decided to go with that. That said, this song also, it doesn't have a chorus. It doesn't have a B section. It's just the same chord progression over and over and over. It's the same melody, vocally. The word, it's over and very repetitious, which is not uncommon in the traditional kind of music that I really love to do. But I couldn't help feeling that I should have a chorus that repeats, and I should have some kind of a B section, and on a bridge or whatever, a guitar solo. You know, I don't have any of that. I've just got this repeating thing, but that's what I'm sticking with for now. It took me a while to come around to sharing and making this video, partly because I kept wanting something more for it, but anyway, at some point you have to say this is good enough, this is what I'm going to run with, and you go through a process at that point where you spend a lot of time repeating it over and over again, singing it in front of people, and eventually the hope is that you start to internalize it, it loosens up a little, or you start hearing different things that can be changed or added on. The biggest criticism I have of this song is that it doesn't tell enough of a story for me. What I did was I wrote a lot of really fun lyrics. They were just boom coming out of me. That was great. So again, I'm looking forward to singing this for you because it's just so fun. It's got this strong rhythm and that I shared with you at the beginning, and it's got some really fun lyrics. They do hint at a story. I mean, I kind of was running along the idea. I created a character. He's a bad guy, and I'm not sure exactly what it is he does. I know he's involved with contraband, and I know he likes his women, and he may be into something nefarious, even involving murder, but I don't know what he does or what he did, and I don't think I did enough to make this song cohesive, to make all the lyrics come together. It's just like a lot of cool lines. That said, you do have to do what they call show, don't tell. So you don't want to overshare or try to make it too explicitly detailed. You want to leave some room for interpretation. Right now there's too much, it's too vague. That's how I feel at this point. But it is really fun, and you know, the more I thought about what I could change, the more I got to kind of rebelling against the idea. Just like, no, Rob, you need to leave this the way it is. This is cool. So anyway, I'm going to share the cool, you know, hot off the presses kind of thing here, or whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit ugly in its raw form here. So get the song out here for you. Do it up. And like I always promise with these videos, it's going to be raw, red, and just the real deal, you know. You can't light cigarettes in lightning storms. You can't light cigarettes in lightning storms. Jalapeno hot and soaking wet. Yeah, the coffee tastes better when it's hot and black. It gets you slogging through the mud, not watered down. I'm a knocking on the door to hell with a pistol butt. Me and my old dog, we've been digging holes. business that we're rolling in. Shovel in the trunk and a roll of duct tape. Slippery slope, keep my issues underground. Cold winter morning, all night long. I'm dealing in contraband. Woman in heels, long blood red nails. Rattlesnake tongue, black mamba bite. Drinking whiskey from a coffee cup. That woman, she's built to negotiate. I'll meet you in the back room at closing time. Plus me and the boys do this thing outside. My lips get bitter when my cup runs dry. Gotta lay low while the cops sweep the neighborhood. I'ma dance with the devil's daughter after the doors get locked. You can't light cigarettes and lightning storms. Jalapeno hot and soaking wet. Yeah, the coffee tastes better when it's hot and black. Get you slogging through the mud, not watered down. I'm a knocking on the door to hell with a pistol butt. You can't light cigarettes and lightning storms. Jalapeno hot and soaking wet. Yeah. All right. Right on. So, yeah, this one was fun, y'all. Even if I never do anything like it again, I'm going to enjoy working this one up and playing it live. As I said, I would talk a little bit about the breakdown. So, yeah, I did some percussive slap and tap, I think is what the style might be called. But all I did was really the hitting the guitar body. I've no real training in that. There are videos out there, like on YouTube, on if you Google the slap and tap style. So I've watched some of those years ago. Just want to pay tribute to some of the folks that inspired me to go there. Michael Hedges, Khaki King, Tommy Emmanuel, Andy McKee. Look those guys up if you're not familiar with them. The style that they do is just mind-blowing. But I was still learning how to play guitar, and you have to pick some style that you can work up and deliver. So you can't be spread out in too many directions unless you're unemployed, living in your mom's basement. And God bless you if you have that luxury. I don't. Not only do I have to work full time, but raise a family and yada yada. So I picked a style. I picked, folk, and I picked bluegrass. I had two styles, but that's where my focus went. And the thing that I really wanted to develop and make the center of my attention was the songwriting. So here you go. And my video is about songwriting. In as much as how I did come up with this, it was just a really strong rhythm, and I could feel it pounding. Like there should be this oomph. Oh, do it, Rob, do it. And I did it. I'm so glad I did. To be able to really perform it live on stage, I would need to practice it a lot. What you saw is a little, amateurish, beginnerish maybe. but you know, like I say, even if it's beginnerish, it's a start, and it's something that has strong potential. I feel like this guitar. I don't, as far as I know, it wasn't built for that kind of playing, and when I bought it, I certainly wasn't intending to play that way. So that might be something else I have to look at, is what instrument I'm going to be spending a lot of time beating on. I mean, I beat the guitar up as it is. I play with a pick when I do the bluegrass style or anything with strumming, and you can see it scratching up the surface. But I mean, it's meant to be played. It's not meant to be hung on a wall and displayed. Anyway, like I said, I had Googled some of that stuff before, so I kind of had an idea that there were different parts of the body that would make different sounds, drum sounds, like a bass drum or a tom or a snare, or whatever they call the different pieces of drums. But you can kind of mimic that with, depending where you hit it and how you hit it. If you're hitting with a thumb, or your fingers, or the whole hand, the blade of your hand, and are you hitting the big end here at the bottom, or you hitting the smaller ends up on the shoulders of the guitar, the sides of the guitar, bottom and top. They all produce these different sounds. So not well explored, certainly not practiced, no skills developed, but I just dove into it because I knew it was there and I could come up with something if I really tried. It was just inside me screaming to come out. So there you have it. Big thanks to everyone who has been following me and subscribing to me. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Please give this video a like. I'm planning to do more of these videos, hopefully on a consistent basis. At some point here I'll get that consistency going. That's my goal. For right now, even if I get off track, I'm going to keep coming back to it. I think this video series has a lot of potential for me. And hopefully it's got sharing potential that's got some entertainment to it. I hope. Anyway, until next time, y'all. Love and peace.